Hello dear students. So I hope you had gone through my last lectures of the dimension analysis. So today I will come with some more applications, implementations of dimensional formulas. Now today we will go with the concept of derivation of the formula, how you can derive the equations using the concept of dimensions. In my last lecture, I had discussed to check the correctness of the equation. Equation is given to you and you are checking whether it is correct or not. In today we will derive the equation rather. See how we will do this. Here's the problem. You all know that whenever you want to move a body in a circular path, there is a requirement of the force that is called as centripetal force. And here's a question about the centripetal force. We want to derive the formula for centripetal force by using the concept of dimensions in terms of mass of the body, v velocity, and r is the radius of the circle. So centripetal force moving in a circle of radius r may depend upon mass m, velocity v, radius r. So means ultimately you need to calculate the formula for the centripetal force in the terms of mass of the particle, v velocity with which it is moving, and r the radius of circle in which it is moving. We need to deduce the formula. So see how we will do this. So first of all, it said that force depends upon, so we will use the proportionality sign because it's depending, it's not saying that put up the equal to sign. We can't put up the equal to sign because it said that it depends. How it depends, we need to deduce it. So we use the proportionality sign. First is we said mass, then velocity, then radius. Okay. So ultimately to deduce the formula means ultimately we need to find the dimensions. So let A, B, C are the unknown dimensions. So A is raised to m, and B velocity, and C radius. And you can also remove this by putting up a constant K like this. Okay. Now next step is just put up the dimensional formulas of all the physical quantities in this given equation. F represents the force. Dimensional formula for force is mLT minus 2. K is a constant. M represents the mass, that is A. Velocity represents LD minus 1, B. And R represents C. R represents the distance, L. So just put up all the formulas here, right? So here M is 1, L1, T minus 2, K. Now M, power A, L, power B plus C, combine the powers, and T minus 1 into B, that is minus B. Right? Just need to rearrange the terms only. Now next step is you need to equate the dimensions of common parameter. See? If I take M, left hand side, right hand side, because now we are going with the equality sign. So M power is 1, here power is A. So this we can write as 1 equal to A. Means we have solved for one unknown parameter, that is A equal to 1, just by comparing the equations. Then compare for L. 1, here B plus C, second equation. 1 equal to B plus C. Third, for T. The T is minus 2 and here is minus B. I will write minus 2 equal to minus B. Or negative sign can cancel on both sides. I get with B equal to 2. So I left with A equal to 1, B equal to 2. And just putting up B value here, so I will left with 1 minus B equal to C. That is 1 minus 2 equal to C, or C equal to minus 1. Okay. So we have just applied a simple mathematics and solved all the equations. So we get all the parameters. So final step is just we need to put up the values of A, B, C. So A is 1, B is 2, and C is minus 1. Just put up the value, or either you can also write it like this: mv square upon r. So this is the formula for centripetal force in terms of mass, velocity, and radius r of the circle. Okay, so this is how you can use the dimensional formulas to derive the equations. So this is one of the simplest problem I have done. So you can practice for more problems. Okay, so this is one of the application. So in my next lecture I will come with some more concept. Thank you.